Good day, everyone. So, my presentation is on evils, protectors, and demonic gods in Buddhism. So, by evil, what I meant is we have been having discussions in the past few days about Mara, the evil who attacked Buddha with his army and had gets vanquished. And then there are other evil characters like demoness Hariti, who gets converted into a protector goddess after she comes into contact with the Buddha. So these evil entities, they either get vanquished or some of them are adopted and they are transferred or into the role of protectors by the Buddhist divinities. So apart from these, there are some other ferocious deities who are introduced into Buddhism as attendants to bodhisattvas, and they come into Buddhism in the role of attendants, and they take up the role of different functions assigned to them, and later on they become certain gods or protectors by themselves. So their power increases in due course of time. So apart from that, there are also some other deities who were adopted or like what you call, they are taken from other religions. They are described as demons who were tamed and introduced into Buddhism by various gurus or Buddhist bodhisattvas or the Buddha himself. And as Buddhism transformed into Vajrayana and to Yoga, Anuttara Yoga Tantra practices, certain new deities with demonic features, ferocious looking deities were introduced in Buddhism. So these are not actually the demons, but these are the transformations that Buddhas or Bodhisattvas have taken to control the evil. So they take up this wrathful form so that they can control or to defeat the evil forms, and then they take up the form of the evil or the demon whom they have conquered. So this is the sculpture of Mara and Hariti. So they have been discussed in detail in previous few papers. So I'm not going into the story of that. So this is the sculpture of Mara from Ajanta. Again, this was shown in some of the previous papers. So here you can find Mara attacking Buddha, meditating Buddha with his, and his daughters are here to entice him with his dance. And then after that incident, they're shown fleeing away from the scene. Mara and then the dejected daughters, they're all sitting here that they didn't get success in their endeavor. So this theme or this has become an important theme in representation in sculptural art of Buddhists from different times, and we have seen how it has transformed from an iconic phase to such theatrical setting where the whole scene is depicted. So this is a sculpture from Pala period, and during this period, a new system was introduced in representing the life scenes of Buddha. It's called Ashtamaha Pratiharya. So a single sculpture will have 8 principal events in Buddha's life. So the enlightenment or the Buddha in Bhumisparsha Mudra takes the center stage here in both these sculptures. And on the pedestal, we can see the Mara Vijaya episode has been represented. So here you can see the Mara's daughters dancing, and here it is the earth god who's coming as witness to this enlightenment. And here in this one, you can see earth goddess again and a dejected Mara sitting here that he has failed in his mission. These are again steles representing Mara Vijaya, and this one is from Ratnagiri. So again, you can see here, Mara's episode is shown on the pedestal of Buddha in Bhumisparsha Mudra. So here, again, the earth goddess is here, and a similar sculpture from the same site, Ratnagiri, you find earth goddess, half of body is only visible here, and Mara is running away from the scene. But you can see that Mara is not going away on his own. He is being attacked by another deity. This is a new introduction here in this pedestal, and she is known as Aparajita. She is in a she is in Chapeta Dana Mudra as if she is threatening Mara to leave the scene. So at first it was just goddess and Buddha. So now a new deity has been introduced, and she starts accompanying Buddha in the scene of enlightenment, and it is she who helps him to fight the Maras and to make them go away from the scene. Aparajita is also found in along with the Bhumisparsha mudra in some images from Ellora. This is from cave number 11. So here also you find a goddess and Aparajita trampling on Mara. Or here she is seating on a human figure who is lying down on the floor. And here you can see the same goddess standing and trampling over the figure. And later on, you can see that this is the bottom pedestal of an Aparajita figure from Lalit Giri. And here you can see that the Vigna, the trampling figure has the face of an elephant. So, so gradually the Vigna or obstacle has taken up the face, of an elephant. And here during the Pala period, this sculpture, which is in Patna Museum, you can see that it's just transformed into Ganesha. So the Vigna, one of the Vignas for enlightenment is considered as, the Ganesha is also considered as one of the obstacles which should be removed. So this is Hariti. Hariti's story is also known to all. So here, this is the scene from Ajanta, where she's shown seated with a child on her lap, and she's accompanied by her consort Panchika, and there are so many children around her. She's supposed to have 500 children, and she is believed to be the protector of children. And Buddha had transformed her from a cannibalistic demoness to a protector deity for children. So this is also an assimilation of folk deities to show the prominence of Buddhism over the folk culture. Here again, you have Hariti. This is from Ellora. She's accompanied by her consort Panchika and the child. And she holds a sheaf of paddy or something to show her fertility character. And this is yet another scene from Aurangabad caves, a similar representation with a child on her lap. Next, please. These two images are from Orissa. This is from Ratnagiri and this is from Lalitgiri. So these images are also similar, but here you can see that instead of the sheaf, she holds a pomegranate in her hand. So there is a story that Buddha had given her a pomegranate to cure her of her cannibalism, to take her from the nature of cannibalistic nature. So that is represented in this sculpture. So these were about the deities who were adopted or transformed into Buddhism as protected deities. But then later on, with the advent of Mahayana and introduction of Bodhisattvas and the concept of Dhyani Buddhas, Bodhisattvas became more powerful and they were worshipped extensively. And in due course of them, some attendants were provided to them. So that was seen in the sculptural art of various period. So here this is a sculpture of Avalokiteshwara and you have his attendant Hayagriva here. So the main duties of the attendants during this phase is like they have to carry out different orders of the Bodhisattvas, then ward off the obstacles and to fight and punish the enemies of the dharma. So in due course of time, you can see that these deities who were just represented as attendants along with the Bodhisattva, they've started appearing in independent sculptures. So you can see that they're ferocious in appearance and they're provided a mount of their own weapons in hand and they're in a threatening pose. So it is to threaten the enemies of the dharma. And so most of the attendants of the Bodhisattvas got transformed into independent deities like this. So this is one of the attendant deity, Achala, who appeared as an attendant to Vairochana. This is an image from Ratnagiri site. This is Vairochana in meditation, and here you can find this attendant Achala. So in the Mahavairochana Abhisambodhi Sutra, it is said that Achala should be invoked